Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa, and a very good evening to everyone, and welcome to the GovHack award ceremonies for 2020. My name is Mike Price, the GovHack Aotearoa New Zealand director, and I'll be the master of ceremonies for this evening. And I guess it all starts off with a bit of a welcome. As I just said, it's been a very strange year, as I'm sure you're all aware, because many of you have been working from home a lot, and we've been working at home, and then we're not working at home, and then we're working at home again. So it's been a challenge. We've had our own challenge. You guys have had GovHack challenges. We've had a GovHack challenge, and our GovHack challenge was actually to run GovHack in some way, shape, or form in 2020. And it was 1 minute. It was a normal physical event. Next minute, it was a digital event. Oh, and then New Zealand comes out of lockdown, and we go, well, what are we going to do now? Because some of our hosts actually wanted to run it as a physical event. So we said, okay, guys, you go for it, and we'll run it as a hybrid event. And that's what happened both across Australia and New Zealand, because Tasmania and there was somewhere else I can't quite remember, but could have physical events. But mostly it was digital. And our sponsors that have stuck with us throughout this have been amazing. We've had quite a lot of sponsors of GovHack, and our main sponsor, of course, has been an international sponsor, has been Infosys, and they've been there every minute of every day that we've wanted them, pretty much. It's been really good, and they really came to the party when we started talking digital, and they started offering tools that would make the event easier for participants. But of course, we can't forget our other sponsors as well. We've got AWS, again, came to the party, offered infrastructure for the teams, Ncycle Consulting, a great green sponsor, and we thank them very much. It makes us think about what we do as well, and we go, actually, we have to be careful here because we've got Ncycle as one of our sponsors, so that's really good. Here in New Zealand, we had Proaxium, they're our major sponsor here. And actually sponsored quite a lot of the challenges, and thanks go out to them for what they've done and the support they've provided to enable us to get GovHack going here in New Zealand. Around Australia, there have been a number of other sponsors as well. Of course, there's lots of local and central government that have taken part over there. We've had some private organisations as well come to the party with Telstra and their developer team. Arnet, they provided some of the infrastructure for us for Zoom, which was really good because Zoom and Zach, he's our person in Auckland. No, Zoom and Slack, they were the primary tools that we were using for the event, and feedback that we've had, they work really well. So I'm very pleased to hear, and thanks very much for the support there. Again, here in New Zealand, we've had the Wanganui District Emergency Management Team, Civil Defence, they came to the party again this year, as did Light and Vessel, looking at sponsoring the artistic side of data, because not everything is about creating a program or an app or something for the phone. There's also other things that can come out of data that help citizens, and because we had mental health last time and this time, and if you've got some nice art, it can all help towards mental health, or tackle mental health, I should say. Over in Australia, we had numerous partners came to the party, and listen, new people here in New Zealand, we could do with some more of you over here. And those sponsors have also, so the major sponsors here, Infosys and Proaxium, are now going to just give you a bit of insight into what they do. So we're going to start now with Infosys, and a word from Andrew Groth at Infosys. Take it away, Andrew.
I'd like to start by acknowledging the traditional owners where I'm coming in from today, the Camaragal people of the Eora Nation. I'd like to thank their elders past and present for looking after these lands and these waters for many, many generations. And I'd like to acknowledge all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders from wherever you're coming in from today. Greetings from Infosys and welcome to the GovHack Awards. My name is Andrew Groth. I lead the Infosys business across Australia and New Zealand. We're a global leader in next generation digital services and consulting, and we work with organisations right across the globe, helping them with their digital transformation. Right here in Australia and New Zealand, we have over 6,000 resources working with many of the leading business and government organisations to navigate their digital journeys. It's that time of year again where we come together to celebrate your wonderful ideas, the use of open data, the technology. Most of all, I want to celebrate all the participants in GovHack 2020. You've all been working hard on some really important and pressing challenges that we all face as a community. This year, of course, was a year none of us could expect. And our approach has shifted for the whole of GovHack to a more digital format, and indeed this awards ceremony is being done with a digital format. And I'd like to shout out a big thank you to the GovHack team. They've worked with Infosys, they've worked with other partners to put this whole program together in this virtual environment. They've done a great job, and so thank you, GovHack, for making this a tremendous success for us all in this unexpected environment. For us here at Infosys, this is our third year being the lead international sponsor at GovHack, something we're incredibly proud about. And this year we've given 3 challenges that was presented to all the participants. And I've been really pleased, in fact, the whole team has been really pleased and impressed with the breadth of solutions. It's been inspiring to see the ideas that you've focused on in dealing with this economic recovery we're facing right across Australia and New Zealand. And it was great to see all the ideas ranging across those 3 areas we put forward: improving aged care, the emergency response at a national level, and enhancing community safety. Every year the participants at GovHack outdo themselves, and there's certainly been no exception this year. The ideas and the solutions, the use of digital technology has been no different. Congratulations to all of you for that, each and every one of you. It's just been an absolutely fantastic response to these challenges and this environment that we're all in. Digital skills are, of course, playing an important role in our economic recovery. And I urge you to continue with that. And I urge you to look at a continuous learning approach. I hope you can continue to nuance your solutions and learn new skills. I hope you got some great advantage this year, and you did learn new skills already from using our platform Wingspan, which is our next digital generation learning platform, our NEAR platform, which was made available to you for artificial intelligence and machine learning, and also the robotic process automation tool from our partners UiPath. And I hope those technologies not only gave you new skills, but helped you with the solutions that you are bringing together. Shortly, we'll be announcing the winners for 2020 GovHack, and I'm really looking forward to that. Just something I wanted to help you think about up front is think about that potential to scale. I talked about continuing to nuance your solutions. Think also about the potential to scale. There's been rapid growth in the technology sector in Australia and New Zealand and right across the globe. We've seen businesses and organisations right across the globe really advance their digital journeys over the last 6 months because of the environment we're in. And as those organisations continue to do that, the digital journeys, the opportunities around digital technology, be that cloud, AI and ML, cybersecurity, 5G edge, there's a plethora of opportunities out there for us all. And in fact, if I look back at GovHack participants over previous years, a number of those have actually gone on to establish successful startups and are really doing quite well now. So this is a great time to continue to explore your ideas. We need more entrepreneurs in this country. We need to create those jobs and accelerate the recovery effort. And I know you're all going to be a critical part of that. So thank you. I also want to share with you on that note about Infosys. At Infosys, we have lots of great opportunities for you to further expand your digital skills, to work on exciting projects, be that in government, financial services, telco, energy, utilities, sports, right across Australia and New Zealand. So please come and have a look at our careers page. We'd love to meet you and love to continue the conversation with you. So as we move forward, my best wishes to all of you. I want to thank each and every one of you for your participation in GovHack. My congratulations to all the winners, but to all of you as well. It's been a fantastic year, and as I said, many, many fantastic ideas. And next year, I hope we'll be back doing this physically in person. I look forward to seeing you then. And until then, congratulations, everyone. Stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you.
Right, well, thanks very much there, Andrew. Sorry, I had my earpiece there because I had to make sure I could hear the video. And there's some it's talked there about any new skills learned. Well, I tell you what, I've learned a lot of new skills this GovHack. So yeah, I'm right there. And some of the stuff that Infosys had with their UI path, and I'm really interested to take that forward. So now we're going to move over to Murray Woodhouse, who is our New Zealand, or the managing director of our major New Zealand sponsor. So he's actually with us live here in the studio, folks, and I'm going to hand over to him. So, Murray.
Yes, good evening. My name is Murray Woodhouse. I'm the managing director of Paraxium. Paraxium is a dual hemisphere fintech and prop tech company, and we develop software. We're based in Wanganui, and Paraxium is the same company that Mike and Messina are staff members of. Paraxium, and Mike in particular, have been product champions of GovHack, so much so that after the non-event of 2018, Mike and Paraxium restarted the New Zealand GovHack Challenges, both in 2019 and again in 2020. Paraxium is the New Zealand corporate lead sponsor. GovHack 2020 has been an interesting ride this year due to the impact of COVID. But despite that, people have thought outside the square to solve many issues and problems in delivering a virtual GovHack. People have delivered an exciting and interesting GovHack for 2020, and I would like to thank all the regional leads, the volunteers, and a thank you to all those who participated in the challenges. Paraxium will be back for GovHack 2021, and we look forward to seeing you and others there as well. I would now like to cue a short video on Paraxium.
Okay, great. Thanks very much indeed, Murray Woodhouse. And I think we're coming back to you a little later. Let's get rid of that pencil. Okay, so it's now to start talking about who's won what. And we're going to go over to Infosys because they put up the challenge responding to the next regional, country or world emergency. So appropriate. And I know there was another challenge very similar as well put up. So we'll now go over to Patrick from Infosys here in New Zealand, who's just going to tell us who the winners are.
Kia ora from Infosys here in New Zealand. I'm Patrick Cohenhoven, Country Manager for Infosys, obviously, in New Zealand. Infosys is a global leader in next generation digital services and consulting. We enable our clients across the world to navigate their digital journeys and transformation journeys. And we also do that in New Zealand for some of the largest enterprises and public sector clients. We also help nurture the next generation of digital talent here in New Zealand. Glad to announce that this is the third year running for Infosys as the lead international sponsor for GovHack 2020 across New Zealand and in Australia. And today I'm looking forward to announcing the winners of our New Zealand challenge, which is fantastic news. So the challenge that we chose was around responding to the next regional, country or world emergency. Obviously we've heard a few of those lately, COVID-19, bushfires, volcanoes, etc. So that challenge was really designed to explore how we as a society and individuals can better respond to the next regional, country or world emergency by really leveraging emerging technologies such as AI, ML, automation, and the plethora of data sets that the government make available to us. So it was a great honour, drum roll please, that the winning project is called checkon.life, and big congratulations to the winning team, Team Technocrats, fantastic name. I would also like to acknowledge all the other teams that worked on this challenge. It was a very close run competition, but Team Technocrats just took it out. So all the very best to you. I hope we see you in GovHack 2021. And I'd like to take this opportunity to thank GovHack for allowing Infosys to sponsor this great event. Thank you. Goodbye.
Okay, right, so we know who the winner was, but we also, as part of that, we had a runner-up. Whoa, where's my slide gone? Ah, there it is. The runner-up was Autotrace by Pinecone, and there was also an honourable mention that went to Questionable Swarm. So I'll just have to flick through those again. So there was the winner, Check on Life by Team Technocrats. So we now move on to a Paraxium award going for connecting through Aotearoa, and we are. Oh, I've got somebody shaking their head. Yes, we have. So we're going to just talk through some of who was the runner-up in this particular challenge, and we had Questionable Swarm by Swarm were a runner-up, and the winner is Local for You by Local for You. And if you'd like to look at their video and what they did, don't forget you can go to Hackerspace and check it all out. So that's really good, because it's really important to have people talking to each other and engaging, and that way not only do you build communities, but you build relationships, and it's really, really important. So our next challenge was Day Tripper, and our learned managing director of Paraxium, Murray Woodhouse, would like to say a few words about this. So I will hand over to him. So go, Murray.
Yeah, well, good evening again, Murray Woodhouse. We are a corporate lead sponsor for GovHack 2020, and I was also one of the judges in the Day Tripper Challenge. There were 3 groups that entered the Day Tripper Challenge, and all 3 completed projects that were particularly relevant to the theme. While there can only be one winner, I would like to congratulate all 3 groups for their excellent level of quality and design. There were extremely clear benefits and social value to all 3 projects.
And the winners are, well, the runner-up is Access Map by Access Map. So congratulations. And then, like the guy in Infosys did, drum roll for the actual winner of Day Tripper. So there we go. Is Past Sites of Aotearoa by Undefined Behaviour. And I tell you what, with these guys, Undefined Behaviour, last year, they just honestly think out of the box. It's just amazing. And something I'll talk about a bit later, but we had the pleasure of meeting them today. So now we'd like to move on to our next category, where we are. Let's having a look here. We had Proaxium sponsoring Getting Around. Well, we did a lot of sponsoring of events, which is really good. Just shows how much we are really behind GovHack here in New Zealand. And runner-up for Getting Around was Team IO, who we also met. So well done, Team IO. And the winner for this is Access Map by Access Map. So again, you can enter multiple challenges and win them. So well done to Access Map there. Unfortunately, we didn't get to meet them this week, but we'll get on with it. And hopefully meet them next year when we're a bit more physical. Alrighty, so where are we going next? So we are going to move on to the next sponsor of a prize, which was the Wanganui District Emergency Management Team, who I said earlier they sponsored some events last year and gave some great grab and go bags or whatever it is. And you know, how many of us at home have got grab and go bags? Probably none. Anyway, now some of you might get some, who knows. So keep it out, stamp it out, manage it, or recover from it. Very similar to what Infosys were looking for is, you know, how can, in a pandemic situation, what can we do to make sure that we do get it out of the community and, you know, like we've done here in New Zealand, and confine it just to the people entering the country. So we've done a good job so far. Let's hope we can keep it that way. So we've got a short video from the Wanganui District Emergency Management team. Tim is going to say a few words.
Hello everybody, my name's Tim. I'm the Emergency Manager here at Wanganui District Council of Civil Defence. Beside me is Anthony Edwards, part of our team. I'd like to thank GovHack for the opportunity for us to engage with everybody as a community. Particularly our aim this year was to try and leverage some ideas that have come about from COVID to improve and enhance some of the activities that we do here. I'd like to acknowledge the 6 teams that took part in our challenge and the options they've put up for us. One in particular stood out to the point that we forwarded on quite quickly to the National Emergency Management Agency in Wellington as an idea for them to look at and to possibly work on. But all the things that everybody put forward had their own merits and some really good ideas in them. We'd encourage all of you to work and see what you can do to develop those, not just because of the COVID event, but also because these are tools and skill sets that we may be able to use in future events. Notwithstanding the fact that COVID's going to be with us for a little while, and it's always good for us to enhance and work on these procedures. Congratulations to all the competitors for the work you've done. It was really good to see, and we hope to see you again next year. Thanks heaps.
Well, thank you very much indeed there to Tim from the Wanganui District Emergency Management Team. And you can see who our runner-up was. It was My MSD Chat by Gone With The Win. And I don't think that's a typo. I think it is just Gone With The Win. So I haven't missed the D off there. So well done to My MSD Chat. And now we'll move to the winner. The winner is Autotrace by Pinecone. Well done, Team Pinecone. Really well done. I mean, the whole emergency thing and stamping stuff out is really important. And we as a community in the whole of New Zealand, we don't really take it on board enough. And we get a bit complacent. You know, yeah, we had an earthquake a while ago, but what do we need to do now? We had a pandemic. We actually need to keep thinking about these things. And, you know, that could be something that these guys are going to follow up on as well, and Infosys. So we'll see what happens. Watch this space. Alrighty, just moving along. If my mouse will move to the right place, we've got Proaxium sponsoring Learn to Be Green, and we only have a winning entry here, and the winners are Autotrace by Pinecone. I tell you what, it's, you know, you go to these events and somebody wins everything. Well, that's because they entered a lot of categories, and therefore if they enter the categories, they're in with a chance, and if they've got a good product or a good solution or a good project for the challenge, they're going to win something. So well done to Autotrace. Moving on, we thought, what are we going to do, or what do you do with your KiwiSaver? So, making the most of your KiwiSaver. Who's got one of those? I've got one. And what are you going to do with it? I have no idea. Do you actually know how much is in there? Do you go and check? Should you move it around? So, this challenge was, how do you make the most of it? Again, we have a winning entry here, making the most of your KiwiSaver, and it goes to Wiser by Hedwig. Well done, Wiser. Unfortunately, we didn't get to meet you on our little tiki tour that we did this week, but we wish you all the best, and the instructions will be in the email on Monday, so how to get your prize and claim it. So that's well done. And then maybe I should have a look at your solution and take it on board, but well done indeed. Okay, we're now going to move on to the arty side of things, and we're going to go over to Light and Vessel. Now, they were thinking outside the box, or at least they wanted us to think outside the box, and I thought it would be appropriate if they put a video together to talk a bit about what they do. So here it is, Light and Vessel showing you what they do.
My name is Sarah. I'm the co-owner of Light and Vessel. Welcome to our pottery studio. Light and Vessel is a pottery studio in Wanganui, New Zealand. We make pottery and bath goods. We supply 2 stores around New Zealand currently. We started Labour Weekend 2017 at the Wanganui River Trader Market. The first week we didn't sell very much and we were absolutely devastated, but I think it was people didn't know us, and as they started to get to know us, we've got a fantastic community around us who really support our business. We are inspired by Nordic and Japanese traditional pottery. A lot of the landscape around us is reflected in our glaze. We live in a beautiful part of New Zealand, Wanganui. We have a river, we have hills, we have the sea, the coast. It's fantastic. I love the process, from creating something out of a ball of mud to firing it, glazing it, firing it again, and coming up with an object that you can actually use. We truly believe there is beauty in imperfection. It makes everything so unique, every piece unique. I do a lot of my planning and imagining at night time before I fall asleep. I can actually spend hours thinking about something that a design I've thought about, that how I'm actually going to achieve it. There are so many different ways to make a pot. Hand build with slabs, you can build with coil, so you coil and coil like little sausages, and you can make any shape you like. People who love pottery love our products. The fact that it's handmade, not mass produced, it's local. For a visitor to New Zealand, it's something, a souvenir. The most rewarding part of being a potter, I think, is when you sell something to someone who is as passionate about it as you are. We are shortly going to launch an online shop. We will probably have to stop doing the market here, miss that one-on-one trade. Somebody will pick up a piece and they'll look at it and they will absolutely love it. We still have the shop here, but the market was quite special. Part of being a potter is working on the wheel, which is sometimes very challenging. Sometimes I have a very clear idea of what I intend to make. It's lovely sometimes to just have free rein and see where the clay takes you. Recently we've been experimenting and adding sand from Wanganui Beach. We have black sand, and you can see the black speckles in the clay when it's fired. When someone buys one of our pieces, they can tell it's handmade. You can see every piece is unique, every piece is slightly different. There might be a thumb mark or a drip. We say perfectly imperfect. I can't imagine never doing pottery. I have arthritis in my thumbs, but as long as my thumbs continue, then I will continue to make pots. And even if I found that I couldn't do it, I would still be, hand making pots at home. I feel so privileged to be able to make pottery as a business. It's such a passion making things out of clay. I so enjoy it.
Okay, as you can see, we have I pushed the wrong button there on the microphone, and you can see we already have the runner-up on the screen there. That was Thinking Outside the Box from Wiser by Hedwig, and you can see any challenge can actually come into some sort of artistic category, and we felt that Light and Vessel were good partners for us because they're very much about the design and the thinking and what comes behind it. And to be honest, this year with the winner, they just said they were just blown away by what had been produced. So I'm now going to announce this year's winner of the Light and Vessel Thinking Outside the Box category project thingy challenge. And here they are. Check on Life. Oh, no, sorry. No, they're not. They're the runners-up. We had two runners-up. Oh, it caught me out on my own slide deck. Dagnabbit. Never mind, they were a runner-up as well. Team Technocrats, and we actually caught up with those guys earlier in the week. But we now go to the winner. Parasites of Aotearoa by Undefined Behaviour. Well done. Well done. And that's because, if you look at what these guys do, they're just thinking art. They're not necessarily thinking technology. So well done to you guys. And again, you will get some communication on Monday by email as to how to collect your prize. Alrighty, let's move on one more. We've got the GovHack People's Choice Award, and this is the award for the People's Choice Award for Aotearoa, New Zealand. And we've got a couple of honourable mentions, so we might get straight on with those. So we've got an honourable mention goes to my MSD chat by Gone with the Wind. No D. So well done to you guys. And the cool thing about the People's Choice is it's from you guys. It's from all the participants saying, yeah, we think that's really cool and it's worth a tick. So well done. And a second honourable mention goes to Autotrace by Pinecone. And as you might have noticed, Pinecone featured a few times this evening. Again, because they entered so many things and they had a really good project. So well done to Pinecone. And the winner of the Aotearoa New Zealand's People's Choice Award. How many people have we got in the room? Can we have a drum roll, please? Well, we have three, but only two did the drum roll. But never mind. It's a small studio, so we can't wish for much. So, and the winners of the Aotearoa New Zealand People's Choice Award are Wiser by Hedwig. And I so wish we'd come to meet you guys. Just didn't happen, so apologies for that. But never mind. The thing is, everyone's a winner. And congratulations to everyone who took part. I mean, the fact that you took part in this COVID year, that's got to be testament to your commitment to this. And thank you very much indeed. We've got a few special shout outs that I'd like to make. I mean, we've had amazing volunteers help us with this. We've had Kevin, we've had in Whangarei, we've had Zach in Auckland, David in Hamilton, Tom over in the Hawke's Bay, Thomas in Wellington, Stuart over, where was he? He's in Christchurch. In fact, I caught up with him yesterday. And we've got Messina here in Wanganui, and then Akash, who also helped Zach in Auckland. So big shout outs to you people as volunteers. We cannot make the event a reality. Of course, what are the big things that you need for your challenges is data. And where does that data come from? Well, that's a good question. It comes from many sources, most of which is data.gov.nz. But this year we had Anne on board, our data specialist, who actually was able to organize the data, make sure that the data was available for participants to be able to use. And then she was also available, as were all the volunteers, on the Friday and the Saturday and the Sunday to make sure that if there were any questions, she could help and make sure you got the data you needed that was available, and if not, how to manipulate it or how to make use of it. So shout outs to Anne, our data specialist, and Anne, we look forward to having you on board next year, because that is just going to be so special. So it's a wrap, really. We've done it in 35. If you want to watch the videos, because we didn't want to watch the Pinecone video 4 times, did we? So if you want to watch the videos, go to Hackerspace, look at the projects. Who knows, some of those projects may actually become commercial products moving forward. And this is something that maybe is in the wings for next year. Oh, I didn't say that, though. Now, if you all want to know when next year's event is, it looks like we're going to have to wait till the Australian Red Carpet Awards, which are sometime next week. I can't remember. Next week and next Saturday? Saturday after? Not sure. Anyway, watch social media, and then let's get organised for next year, because we actually don't get a rest. We've done this year. This is for New Zealand. This is the awards night. This is the final night. However, we now have to start planning for next year, and we hope you are too. So I wish you all the best. I'm just going to leave you with a few pictures of our week. Messina and I went round. Because of COVID, we couldn't have a physical awards night, so we decided that we would travel around and meet a lot of the runners-up and winners where we could. So we were in Wellington, Auckland, Whangarei, Hawke's Bay, Christchurch and Fielding. So it's been a busy week for us. Thanks very much indeed. Take care, stay safe, and let's hope next year we can have more physical events. Thanks very much, and take care, everyone. Ka kite anō.